The tower crumbled and the enemy swarmed, but I still held the line. Classic Nerd shouts victory, fists pumping. On-screen banner flashes congratulations. Chat explodes with hype emojis. He grins, claiming the win as his own. I cleared it, congratulations. But the celebration is about to be shattered. Classic Nerd urges viewers to subscribe, flashing his channel ID on screen. He thanks donor Fox for a $1 tip. He boasts being the first to beat the 10-year-old nightmare. Subscribe now, first to clear this impossible game. A mysterious voice soon interrupts his triumph. The game registers the win, displaying a bright clear. Flash and his final score. A system banner announces last state cleared. A hulking monster bursts from the broken tower, its skin blackened and eyes glowing. Ash draws his sword, heart pounding. The creature's size dwarfs the goblins, promising massive damage. Surviving this monster is critical. What the freaking hell is that? Mira readies a fire spell as the beast roars. The beast lunges, slashing at the remaining towers. Sparks fly as metal shatter. Ash blocks with his blade, deflecting a massive claw. Several allies scramble to reposition. The battlefield erupts in chaos. General Vark appears, shouting orders to hold the line. A dark portal opens behind the monster, releasing a swarm of skeletal archers. Their arrows hiss, targeting the exposed defenders. Ash looks around, eyes wide, shouting, "What is all this?" General Vark raises his battle axe, roars, "Wuowa, come close," and charges his troops forward. His aggressive order pushes the front line toward the incoming monsters. The troops now clash with the first monster wave. Vark repeats his command, shouting, "I said come close. Kaya wa." He beats his drum, urging soldiers to press harder. The pressure builds on the defense line. The looming monster now breaks through. Ash watches the chaos, raises an eyebrow and mutters, "Huh." The monster horde crashes into the stone wall, crushing the outer towers. Flames burst from broken bricks, smoke choking the courtyard. Survivors retreat deeper into the keep. Jin spots a hidden tunnel behind the debris. Jin grits his teeth, mutters, "Ugh." As a massive beast looms over his shoulder, claws ready to strike. His comrades brace, fearing the next blow. The hidden tyrant appears from the shadows. Jin shouts, "Hugh." As the ground shakes, he spots a glint of metal rising from the rubble. The shout warns his teammates that danger is near. Jin readies his sword as the smoke thickens. King Ryu raises a crimson banner and shouts a command. Elite troops surge forward, shields up and spears aimed. Jin steps onto the rampart, sword drawn, eyes locked on the incoming force. Mira focuses, her staff glowing bright, reinforcing the magical barrier. The sudden charge threatens to smash through the defense line. This matters because a coordinated elite assault could break the barrier and flood the tower with monsters. Jin spots a hidden monster emerging from the shadow. Jin lunges into the front line, slashing a charging elite. His blade cuts through armor, sending blood spray. Mira reinforces the barrier, a blue shield pulsing outward. The elite troops stagger, but the wave keeps coming. Mira slams a crystal into the wall, activating a bright blue seal. Energy pulses outward, forming a barrier. The seal hums, briefly holding the monster back. Kang Hoon orders an elemental assault to breach the creature's armor. Jin channels fire, thrusting his blade. A wave of surges forward, striking the beast's flank. The creature roars, its skin blistering. The attack buys precious seconds. King Ryu watches from his hill, ready to exploit the chaos. King Ryu laughs, pointing a finger at the struggling defenders. He shouts a command to his hidden troops, ordering them to surge forward. The tide shifts as reinforcements appear. Vark's army now charges, threatening the tyrant's line. Lucas shouts, "This situation is unbelievable." He scans the endless tide, realizing the stakes are far higher than any stream. Their disbelief fuels desperation.
This situation is unbelievable.
A hidden figure watches, ready to intervene as the battle escalates. Classic Nerd yells, fists clenched, as monsters crash through the broken wall. He slams his controller on the ground, scattering debris. His outburst shows desperation, risking loss of focus. "Don't mess with me." The next wave surges toward the ruined tower. A massive troll lifts a broken pillar, hurling it at the defense line. The pillar shatters the front tower, exposing the core. The breach leaves the team vulnerable to the oncoming horde. Lucas dashes forward, brandishing his shield, kneeling beside the Highness. He pulls a cloth to staunch the bleeding, shouting orders to the nearby troops. His quick aid could buy them precious seconds. He then confronts the monster looming behind. A frantic voice cuts through the clamor, demanding the Highness's condition.
Your Highness.
Classic nerd squints, breath shallow, pondering the rune's purpose. He whispers, "Could it be that this is?" The battlefield trembles as unseen forces stir. Could it be that this is? Ash pulls a wooden base from his pack, slams it onto the cracked ground, gears whir, platform rises. The tower lights up, ready to fire. He hopes the first tower will hold the oncoming wave. A massive horde of snarling monsters pours from the forest, claws scraping stone, bodies colliding. They surge toward the newly placed tower, eyes fixed on the weak spot. Ash must fire the tower before they overwhelm the wall. Ash's eyes widen as a monster smashes the tower's base, sparks flying. He yells a curse. He scrambles to repair before the next wave. Mira rushes forward, lifts a glowing staff, casts a burst that repairs the tower instantly.
Ash slams a wooden base into the cracked earth, watches it shatter under a monster's blow. Then Mira channels a blinding burst that instantly rebuilds the tower, igniting a barrage of flaming arrows. Ash feels his resolve cracking as blood drips from his forearm. Yet Myra's swift repair fuels a surge of hope, reminding him that even shattered defenses can reignite, and his survival hangs on this rebirth. A hulking beast crashes through the battered line, roaring ferociously, and Ash must devise a desperate counter before it smashes the rebuilt tower and shatters the last hope protecting the kingdom's fragile wall.
The story's about to escalate in a way that changes the entire series. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and stay tuned.
Our final tower crumbled, the siege never pauses. Black spider swarms surge straight for the base. Ash watches walls splinter, flames licking the wreckage. The line collapses. Action is needed now. He must rally his squad before the spiders smash the gate. Yifu darts to the console, slams the start button. He meets Ash's eyes, nods, and shouts the front line to hold. The squad snaps to a rally point. His command snatches precious seconds before the next wave surges, forcing Ash to split his party. Ash roars tank, and Lucas hoists his shield. He commands Lily to heal. She raises her vial of light. He points at Ken. The sniper cracks a bolt. Debian unsheathes his blade. Ash gazes at his armor, confusion flashing across his face. He wonders why his protector fights for him, and why they call him Imperial Highness. The doubt rattles his resolve. Why is he trying to protect me? What were they calling me? He must choose obedience or defiance. Ash lifts his chin, eyes scanning the battered walls. He clamps his sword tighter, whispering the question that haunts him. The battlefield roars as his identity crisis deepens. Who am I right now? The looming spider horde closes in. The Black Spider Legion floods the courtyard, claws gouging stone. A torn banner flutters, bearing the cryptic characters 7F Chinese letter. Above the gate, the symbols match a location Ash recognized from his previous playthrough. The Spider Queen draws near as the banner waves. Ash recalls half a year grinding Empire defense. The battlefield mirrors the tutorial map he replayed countless times. Realizing the game world is now real, he readies his command console. He braces for the first wave. Ash bellows, "I am Ash," across the courtyard. His voice ricochets off stone walls, startling the troops. The proclamation forces everyone to treat him as leader. He spots the first black spider wave forming. Black spiders surge across the courtyard, clinging to broken stone. Ash lifts his hand, commanding the newly awakened tower. A bolt of golden energy streaks toward the swarm, piercing dozens, and buying the defenders precious seconds. Ash bursts into the commander's exclusive dormitory, slamming the door behind him. The commander looms over a large map, finger pointing at the fortress's weak spots. He demands a new strategy, aware the next wave will be relentless. A teammate shouts at Ash, "You stupid idiot! You should have stayed holed inside the city. Why did you have to come out?" The accusation fuels Ash's frustration, threatening to break his focus as the spiders close in. Ash pulls up his battle logs, recalling tower placements and unit rotations. He believes mixing past tactics will reveal a solution. He begins mapping routes. If I combine my knowledge and experience, I should definitely find a solution. Yet the spider swarm shows no obvious weak spot. Ash leans back, eyes widening as the spiders multiply. He realizes no clear answer exists. Every path leads to death. Despair grips his resolve. There's none. Ash cries, "Lucas!" As black spiders crawl near the base, his voice cuts through the clamor, searching for his missing teammate. Without Lucas, the defense plan falters. Lucas! Ash will demand Lucas to join the defense. Ash scans the battlefield, spots Lucas near the western tower. Lucas turns, nods, and asks what the commander needs. Their brief exchange sets up the next command. "Where are you, Lucas?"
Yes, Your Highness, I'm over here. What is it?
Ash's next order forces the squad to regroup fast. Ash raises his hand, shouting the order. He demands the entire squad to assemble under his command. Immediate compliance is vital as spider hordes close in. A holographic screen flickers, projecting the code X717 across the battlefield. Ash studies it, realizing the enemy wave count is far higher than expected. The next scene shows Ken's shocked response. X717? That's massive. Ken yells, his voice cracking. He lunges toward the nearest spider nest, staff crackling with energy. Ash shouts commands, urging him forward. The next scene shifts focus to Debian preparing his sniper.
"I'm on it."
Debian steadies his sniper rifle, eyes locking onto a distant spider cluster marked with a red symbol. He pulls the trigger. A silenced shot pierces the leading beast. The battle's next phase looms. Ash scans the battlefield, eyes landing on his comrades. Ash declares he'll use the remaining time to brief everyone on their positions for the next day, ensuring each player knows their tank, DPS, healer, and sniper tasks. Clear roles aim to stop the siege. "I'll use this time to explain your roles for tomorrow." The squad prepares, but the next wave of spiders looms. Lily Bowes whispers, "Yes, Your Imperial Highness." She steps into the front line, ready to unleash fire. As the primary damage dealer, she will shape the upcoming spider onslaught. She now prepares her first blast. Lily raises her staff, conjures a blaze, and hurls a flaming bolt at the charging spiders. The fire incinerates several insects, confirming her DPS power. Ash throws his head back, curses, slams his palm on the cracked floor. He points at the map, furious that the plan failed. His anger fuels the squad. Cursed. Ash waves his hand, signaling Lucas to take the tank role, Lily to fire DPS, Ken to hold healer, and Debian to snipe. Their positions shift as the spider wave looms. The first spider clutches the forward wall, testing their formation. Ash raises his voice, demanding obedience. He declares he must lead them without dissent, eyes scanning the troops. The command aims to lock their focus amid the onslaught. "I need to make them follow me without talking back." The spiders surge forward, and Ash's command is put to the ultimate test. A huge black spider bursts through the forward wall, spraying venom.
A massive black spider erupts. Ash's avatar flares with a boost, and he realizes his mind is trapped inside a psychotic soldier's corpse as the battle rages. Ash's confidence shatters as his reckless plan endangers the team, and the horror of inhabiting a deranged soldier's body forces him to confront his sanity and leadership. The looming armored spider threatens the two glowing islands, and Ash must rally his fractured squad while battling his own unstable mind, leaving his survival and the tower's fate hanging precariously.
The story's about to escalate in a way that changes the entire series. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and stay tuned.
Tower silence erupts as the Tyrant's laugh booms. Lily's scar ignites, skin becoming living. She launches a searing blast at the goblin horde, buying the squad a fleeting respite. The magician watches, uncertain how to intervene. Howard shouts, branding the princess a mad wretch, and demands they stop dismissing the magician's worth before the restless troops. The tension threatens to tear the front line apart. The commander exhales, realizing the battle plan is collapsing. Lily confronts Howard, demanding why they must charge under a clueless commander while enemy drums pound louder, faces tightening with fear. Their doubt risks stalling the advance. The so-called leader steps forward, brandishing a battered shield with grim resolve. Debian announces his plan to max the tank trait, vowing to grind every boost despite the looming threat. I planning on utilizing this trait to the max. Their ambition drives them toward a desperate shortcut. Mira sighs, conceding the only option left is to cheat the system, hoping an illegal boost will turn the tide. Then I have no choice but to use cheats, lol. The cheat activation triggers an unexpected alarm. Faces tense, the characters stare at the silent screen, awaiting the cheat's effect, aware any misstep could cost everything. The cheat's outcome will soon force a showdown with the Spider Queen. Lily snaps, "No, sir, your orders can't be ignored." She steps forward, rallying the team amid chaos. Their resolve hardens as the Spider Horde looms. The Queen's command node glints ahead, waiting. Wrong lunges forward, fists clenched, shouting, "Finally!" The squad tenses, recognizing his rally as the signal to storm the Spider Queen's command node. Debian steps forward to assume command. The strategist channels instinct, erecting a blazing arcane tower atop the ruined rampart. The archer darts forward, clutching a crystal sigil that amplifies the fire. The warlord snarls, unleashing a legion of shadow drakes that scorch the sky. The engineer sketches a rapid blueprint, shouting adjustments as the tower pivots. Lily drops to her knees, clutching her throat. She cries, begging the Queen to return Van, the friend she lost. Her desperation reveals what's at stake.
Please give me back Van. Please give me back my friend.
The Queen finally reacts. Lily slams her fists, voice cracking. She screams, "Give him back!" The Queen's expression hardens, hinting at a violent answer. Tension spikes as the standoff deepens.
Give him back.
A dark power erupts from the Queen. The Queen lifts her right hand. Black mist curls around her fingers, then bursts forward, forming a swirling blade aimed at Lily. The attack threatens to cut her down. Debian assembles a jagged mana cannon, attaching cracked crystal cores. Lily steadies the barrel, aligning it toward the Queen's glowing command node perched on a twisted obsidian altar. The cannon charges, ready to strike the enemy core. Debian fires the cannon. A burst of raw mana erupts, shattering the command node. The Spider Horde recoils as their control core explodes. The team watches the chaos, breathing hard. Kai Fine, the shattered node, may reveal the Queen's hidden agenda. Lily grips her sword, eyes fierce. She vows that if they survive, she'll let the one who saved her end her life later. They need hope to keep fighting. Howard lifts the cannon, signaling the team to load mana cells. Lily steadies her fire skin. Ken slips into shadows. Debian readies his crossbow. They brace as spiders surge forward. Load the cells now. The makeshift cannon readies for the first shot. The cannon ignites. A bright blast rockets toward the Spider Horde. Area's healing tower emits a shield, protecting the front line. The monsters recoil, but more crawl in. Now the Queen's command node looms ahead. Lily shouts, monsters marching in, as a massive wave of spider legs floods the clearing. The ground trembles and the team scrambles to hold the line.
Monsters marching in.
Someone must act before the cannons overload.
The cannon erupts, channeling raw magic into a blinding blast that rockets toward the looming Queen's silhouette, while Howard's plan, Lily's fireskin, and Ken's distraction fuse into a single, desperate strike with fierce determination. Princess Lily steadies her trembling heart, trusting the archer's command as her fireskin flares, while the team sacrifices their protective restraints, knowing any misstep could shatter their fragile hope against the relentless Spider Horde. Lightning crackles across the battlefield as the strategist powers a crystal turret, but the Queen's head remains untouchable, leaving the heroes staring at a map dotted with unknown perils and a ticking countdown.
The snakes are hiding in plain sight. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
The towers fell, but the battle had just begun. He stalks the hidden boss mark, an unseen threat that could crush the tower defense. Kang Hee-jun triggers map creation. A mini-map spreads across the field. He zeroes in on idle spiders. Kang Hee-jun leans over the mini-map, thumb dragging across its edges. Tiny icons flicker, showing tower positions and enemy paths. A cluster of spider symbols glows faintly. He prepares to use the map's detail to locate the boss mark. Kang Hee-jun recalls the map creation skill. It renders the entire battlefield in a miniature view, marking every tower, trap, and hidden enemy. The overlay grants omniscient vision briefly. He now scans for the boss mark. Mira points toward the front line, grips her staff, and orders Kang to lure the monsters out. She needs the enemy to focus on him, buying time for the tower repairs.
You have to go outside and draw their attention.
Kang readies his flare as the spiders stir. Ryu smirks, steps back, and asks Kang if he can actually bait the swarm. He doubts the plan, knowing a single mistake could doom the defense.
Do you think you can do that?
Kang steps onto the ramp, the swarm turning toward him. Kang leaps onto the outer ramp, brandishing a flare. The spider swarm turns, following his bright signal. The shield flickers. A few spiders slip through, crushing the artillery crew. Blood pools on the stone floor. The bosses mark flashes on the map, signaling the next wave. Ash readies the 1,000-mile eye as the abyssal horde approaches. Wait, hold on, something isn't adding up here. Ash shouts, "Ho!" Across the field. His voice rallies troops after the artillery blast. It tells them to press on. The map flickers as Ash prepares to reveal the battlefield. Ash activates map creation. A glowing grid spreads over the terrain, outlining every tower and enemy path. The hidden queen spider cluster glows faintly among idle spiders. The team spots the secret location. Mira points at the largest spider icon, insists it is the queen, and orders everyone to focus fire on that spot.
The queen.
Mira chants, her hands glowing as she casts a reinforcement spell, bolstering the artillery's armor. Magic surges, reinforcing the cannon just as the spiders surge forward. The spider swarm erupts, threatening the newly fortified line. The map flashes a red icon, marking the boss monster's emergence. Enemy forces surge, and the team realizes the true threat is about to land. The squad must react fast before the boss lands on the battlefield. Kang Hee-jun points at the flashing red icon on the map. The icon sits over a nest of idle spiders. Mira leans forward, eyes narrowed. The team prepares to fire the artillery before the spider swarm overwhelms them. Seong grins at Kang, claps him on the shoulder, and shouts that his friend's performance is impressive. He teases Kang about it being his first try, then bursts into laughter. This hype fuels Kang's confidence before the next strike. This friend's pretty impressive. You sure that was your first time? Ha ha ha. Kang now reaches for the trigger, trusting his new trait. Kang grabs the cannon's trigger. His arm jerks forward without his will. His body obeys the weapon as if possessed. He shouts at the unseen voice, demanding an explanation, because the uncontrolled fire could cost lives. The moment I hold the trigger, my body moves on its own. Ryu rushes to the artillery console, slams his palm on the fire button. The cannon charges, light flaring across the field. The squad watches, hoping the blast will stop the spiders. Seong's formation note may shift Kang's tactics. Seong studies the moving horde, then calls out, "Square formation, 10 by 2. The spiders line up in tight rows, ready to swarm the cannon's weak spot. This reveals enemy coordination, threatening the defense.
Square formation, 10 by 2.
A tower breach now threatens the whole defense. A spider lands on a tower, cracking its armor. The tower sputters, losing power. The crew scrambles to repair it as the horde presses forward.
Song orders a square formation as spider hordes swarm the artillery line, crushing the cannon's barrel and shattering the team's last line of fire. Mira screams disaster while Kong hesitates, fearing the loss of the tower's power and the inevitable breach that could swallow their comrades into the relentless swarm. Ryu curses the Queen's relentless orders as the artillery collapses, leaving the battlefield wide open and the team's fate hanging on a fragile, untested strategy.
No spoilers, no filler, no wasted time, just the story. Subscribe to Manhwa with Harry for every chapter.
He grips his final potion, while the tower's core erupts in searing fire. Cursed, scorching furnace heat threatens his comrades. The Black Spider Queen prowls forward, claws gleaming. Mira darts forward, intercepting a venom spray.
Oh.
She drags the prince behind a shattered wall. The Queen's fangs snap past, buying precious seconds. Garen cranks the cannon for a last-ditch blast. Garen unleashes the cannon. A massive blast slams into the Queen's armored carapace. The flash rattles nearby towers. The Queen staggers, yet stays upright. Aaron lunges, sword raised, zeroing in on a vulnerable joint. Lee Jun-woo gulps his final potion, feeling a surge of vigor. I have one potion remaining. Mira rushes to the artillery, swapping the cracked barrel for a fresh one. Garen loads the last cannonball, his grimace reflecting dwindling supplies. Every shot now matters. They fire the final round at the queen. Target hit, we hit the queen dead on. The cannonball slams into the queen's core, shattering her dark armor. She collapses in a spray of blood, menace finally broken. Yet the hidden artifact within her still glows. The artifact erupts, sending a pulse that threatens to overload nearby towers. Lee Junwoo orders an emergency shutdown, praying the towers survive. Knight Ken steps forward, pledging a backup defense. This is the moment everything shifts. The stone walls groan but remain intact, deflecting the queen's blasts. Mira rushes to reinforce the western tower. Their defense steadies.
Reinforce the western tower.
Lee Junwoo now plots the final strike. Mira gasps, eyes wide, as a massive shadow rolls past the cannon line. Lee Junwoo freezes, realizing the battlefield has shifted. The surprise threatens their dwindling defense.
What?
The unknown monster looms, demanding a swift response. Lee Junwoo points at the creeping shape, signaling his team. Garen knocks his bow, Aaron lifts his sword, Mira rushes to the western tower. The cannon glows, primed to fire. The next wave threatens to breach their wall. Lee Junwoo shouts, "Everyone raise your weapons. Chinese letter, we're heading to the first floor." He lifts his sword high, comrades follow, shields raised. They sprint toward the stairwell, bracing for the queen's arena. "Everyone raise your weapons. Chinese letter, we're heading to the first floor." The descent fuels their desperation. As the queen awaits below, Lee Junwoo shouts, "Pull together. Below they'll hold while we fire at the queen." He steadies his cannon, Aaron readies her blade, Garen loads arrows. They form a line, focusing fire on the queen's exposed core. Pull together. Below they'll hold while we fire at the queen. Their next move hinges on the cannon's final blast. The cannon barrel glows red, steam hissing, as the black spider queen lunges forward, snapping legs over debris. The crew scrambles to keep the artillery from exploding, while a petty thief darts forward, eyeing the artifact. Aaron bellows, "Hugh!" as the cannon fires a final blast, shattering the queen's core. Dark blood sprays and the enemy collapses into a heap. Yet the artifact pulses, hinting at a deeper menace awaiting the team. The cannon overheats, bursting with a deafening roar. Shrapnel flies, tearing the ground. The team staggers back, fearing loss of their sole defense. They scramble to repair it before the queen closes in. Lee Junwoo stares at the battlefield, realizing this isn't a game screen. Knight Ken bursts onto the field, sword drawn, scanning the black spider queen. He plants his banner beside the cannon, rallying the team. His arrival fuels new hope as the queen readies a lethal strike. Aaron darts forward, shouting, "Take this, Ken!" He hurls a charged bolt toward the queen, aiming to distract her. The attack buys Ken a moment to close in. "Take this, Ken!" Ken now charges the queen's exposed side. Ken lifts his visor, proclaiming, "I am Ken, Knight of the Empire." He grips his blade, joining the front line beside Aaron. His declaration solidifies the defense formation. Ken staggers, clutching his chest, eyes widening. The Try-At's activation icon flickers, then fades as the system denies the command. Insufficient health. Activation cancelled. Lee Junwoo scrambles, knowing the queen's next strike looms. Lee Junwoo slams his fist on the ground, eyes blazing. He curses the assistant who led them into this trap, realizing his trust was misplaced. "Cursed it, I shouldn't have trusted assistant." The black spider queen rears her fangs, ready to unleash a final wave.
Lee Junwoo redirects molten iron into the cannon's core while Mira patches wounds. Then Aaron slashes the black spider queen's armored spine, exposing its glowing heart as the cannon fires a thunderous key bolt. Ken teeters on the brink, blood soaking his side as Aaron screams warning, while his dwindling health forces a desperate retreat, leaving the team vulnerable to the relentless spider swarm. The assistant's betrayal looms. Lee Junwoo curses the hidden handler, and the Try-At's activation flickers out, leaving the heroes without a crucial power as the spider horde closes in.
The sheer power in this chapter is unbelievable. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry.
The stone walls crumble, exposing a gaping wound in our final line. A guttural roar of flesh ripping echoes from the front. Ken's brutal command shatters the defense. Soldiers tumble in a crimson spray. Ash watches, horror clawing his gut. Ken's next order hangs heavy. a dark threat over the dwindling troops. Ash slams his fist onto the console, bellowing at Neil. He sees the fatal error. His last click launched the wrong squad. The blunder drains lives. Panic erupts across the battlefield.
KK Neil. My incorrect command.
The artillery erupts in bright red flare, steam hissing from its barrel. The overload meter spikes toward maximum. Sparks cascade, and nearby defenders brace for the imminent blast. The Queen watches, poised to intervene. A defender seizes the Queen's arm, leaning close. "Are you okay, Your Highness?" he asks. The Queen forces a weak smile, mutters a nervous hi to mask her pain. Her survival sustains morale. Ash still must shield her as the cannon nears rupture.
Are you okay, Your Highness? Hi.
A soldier shouts, "Maul, no more." As the cannon's blast wave approaches, Maul draws her blade, stepping into the blast's path. She intends to shield the Queen from the shock. The Queen steps forward, sword drawn, ordering the remaining troops to form a new line. Ken steadies the damaged cannon, eyes scanning for the next surge. The fight rages on. A guttural monster shriek pierces the battlefield, echoing across ruined walls. Ken freezes, eyes wide. The scream heralds another wave charging. Troops brace for impact. The next projectile arcs toward the Queen. A cannonball arcs from the damaged cannon, striking the Queen's crown, splintering metal. She staggers, blood spurted. Her injury threatens command continuity. A new enemy emerges from the shadows, snarling. A hulking spider-like monster crawls from darkness, claws snapping. The front wall collapses, wood splinters, soldiers tumble. Monsters pour through the breach, claws tearing the ground. Remaining defenders scramble, shield line shattered. Ken's surrender whisper echoes amid the chaos. The shooter slumps, helmet tilted, eyes shut tight. His rifle jams, barrel silent. He cannot aim, leaving the flank exposed. Maul's voice cuts through the din, urging action. HUD flashes red warning. Overload imminent, urging immediate shutdown. Ken's hand hovers over the emergency lever, trembling. A desperate shout rises as the cannon groans.
Is there really no hope remaining?
Ken's voice cracks, echoing across the battlefield. Troops stare at smoldering ruins, fearing total defeat. Their swords lie idle, blood staining the ground. The Queen swings her blade in a wide arc, cleaving 3 monsters at once. Sparks fly as metal meets flesh, blood spraying the ground. Behind her, the cannon crew scrambles to repair the fissure, welding metal with trembling hands. Ken shouts orders, directing remaining defenders to fill the gaps. Each successful strike buys time, but the battlefield stretches endlessly, fatigue clawing at every soldier. A desperate plea rises from the front line. A weary defender clutches his rifle, eyes darting between the endless horde and the wounded Queen. He yells, voice hoarse, pleading that the whole world depends on clearing this siege. "The whole world hopes for clearing, Your Highness, Your Highness," he cries. Ash stands before the throne, fists clenched, declaring he will become emperor and the coolest man alive. His ambition fuels his drive for greatness. He then looks to his future knight. "Even if I become emperor, I'll be the coolest man." He now turns his focus toward the young defender beside him. Ash points at a young defender, ordering him to become his knight, urging him to aim for the world's coolest knight title. This assigns a key role and raises morale. He recalls his childhood vow. "You, my future knight, aim to be the world's coolest knight." The memory of his promise flashes in his mind. Maul reaches Ash, eyes locked on his trembling form. She places a firm hand on his shoulder, offering steadiness. Her voice cuts through the chaos, calling him the world's savior.
You're the main character. The savior of this world.
Neil warns Ash that death looms on the battlefield. Neil steps into the fray, eyes blazing. He points at the incoming monster horde, urging Ash not to fall. His voice cracks, demanding the prince survive at all costs.
You mustn't die in a place like this.
Ash scans the battlefield, questioning the artillery's position. Ash scans the wreckage, eyes darting between broken cannons and advancing monsters. Ken yells, voice ragged, "It isn't over yet." He points at the smoking wreckage, pleading for a ceasefire. Their fatigue grows, but the enemy still presses.
It isn't over yet.
A mysterious silhouette steps forward, revealing the puppet master behind the game. Ken spots the puppet master stepping into the smoke. He yells, pointing at the figure, shouting his brother's name in disbelief. The shout reveals a personal tie, raising doubts about the enemy's identity.
Brother.
The puppet master's true face looms, and Ash must decide his next move. Ash nods, murmuring, "Right," as he orders the remaining defenders to hold the line. His acceptance sets the battle's new direction, committing troops to the puppet master's challenge. Next, the queen's armor glows, hinting a hidden power ready to turn the tide.
Ken spots the puppet master emerging from the smoke, realizing it's his presumed dead brother, and the battlefield's hidden enemy is revealed. Ken feels his heart shatter as his brother's silhouette looms, turning ally into adversary, while troops rally behind the queen's banner, clutching renewed purpose against overwhelming odds. With the spider-infested tunnel yawning and the puppet master's cryptic command echoing, the defenders stare at an approaching wave that could crush their fragile line.
The trap is set. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry to watch them fall in.
The walls crumble, and a monstrous dread looms. The siege cannon snarls, swallowing the last shell as bolts of lightning crown the queen spider's massive form. Lily bolts toward the lever, heart pounding. Lily darts forward, fingers gripping the lever. She yells her name, shaking the weary crew from the gale.
Lily.
Damien slams his hand on the trigger, stare locked on the spider. Lily's grip falters, sweat slicking the cold steel. She gasps as fatigue claws her arm. The crew watches, dread rising that the cannon might misfire.
I can't hold on much longer.
Damien steadies the trigger. The countdown ticks louder. The crew steps back, the wooden cradle shattered. Lily orders, grab the barrel, brace it with your hands.
The cannon stand is gone. Hold it with your hands.
Then she declares, aiming's futile, fire blind, urging Damien forward. Lily shouts, aiming won't matter, just pull the trigger. Damien seizes the lever, heart hammering, poised for the final blast.
No need to aim. Just fire, Damien.
Live fire.
Lily nods, sealing the plan as the crew braces. Lily surveys the trembling crew, then commands, understood. Soldiers clamp their grips tighter, accepting the reckless order as the battlefield holds its breath.
Understood.
A desperate shout cries, Damien, urging him to stay and finish the fight as darkness swallows the field. The plea fuels his resolve despite exhaustion.
Damien.
The hidden Dark Lord watches, poised to intervene. Lily shouts, does conquering this monster still mean living in hell? She answers, yes. Her doubt cracks morale, hinting deeper despair.
Even if we win, life stays hell.
The crew braces the massive cannon. Steam erupts, crystal core blazing red. Dark clouds swirl as monster hordes close in. Time ticks down. Lily's next words cut through the gloom. Lily steps forward, voice sharp. She snarls, if you're a coward, step up. The challenge pushes Damien toward the trigger.
But if you're a coward with no courage to do so?
Damien finally grabs the firing lever. Damien slams his palm on the trigger. Energy surges, bolts crackle, barrel trembles. The monster swarm freezes, sensing the imminent blast. All eyes fix on the shot. The cannon erupts, hurling toward the queen spider. Lily points at the cannon, shouting, become my trigger. Lily gestures to the loading chamber, declaring, the last shell, 16 loaded. But she warns the barrel can't endure another round. Their only hope rests on this final projectile.
The last shell, 16 loaded, but...
She cries that the barrel can't cool, urging swift action. Lily eyes the overheated barrel, counts 15 seconds left, declares there's no cooling chance, and shouts, move now. The team scrambles, racing the imminent explosion.
No way to cool the barrel. Move now.
Damien pulls the final trigger as the countdown ticks. Mira surveys the shattered citadel, catching Luna's rune-etched staff glint as it repels a wave of stone-skinned trolls. A hulking figure steps from darkness, armor clanking, eyes glowing. The Dark Lord materializes behind the fallen Queen Spider, threatening the surviving heroes. Lily eyes the Dark Lord, questioning his purpose. Lily gasps, hand over mouth, eyes widening at the Dark Lord looming over the battlefield. She points, urging troops to retreat.
Stay back, he's dangerous.
Damien readies his cannon, hoping the blast can halt the Dark Lord's advance, while heroes scramble into a defensive line. The Dark Lord lifts his gauntlet, dark aura spreading across the ruined ground, freezing remaining monsters. His surge threatens to swallow the overloaded cannon's blast, endangering everyone. Damien pulls the trigger. A massive shell rockets from the shattered fort, soaring upward despite the low ground. It climbs, ignoring height, heading straight toward the Queen's spider. The shell slices through the endless horde. The shell tears through countless monsters, its path unaltered by distance. It homes in on the Queen's spider, whose shriek echoes across the battlefield. The projectile seems pre-programmed to hit. The impact will decide the siege. Mira shouts orders as the night sky cracks with artillery roar. She directs Rex to flank the incoming horde, while Luna conjures a storm fire barrier. Lee Hwan calculates tower placements, then commands Jin to lure monsters toward a crystal spire he raises. The spire erupts, scattering enemy ranks, and dark clouds recede briefly, granting defenders a breathing window.
A massive cannon shell rockets skyward, cleaving through endless monsters and zeroing in on the Queen's spider's crown, shattering her head in a spray of black silk and blood. Li Huan watches his tower hum as survivors rally beneath the Wu banner, feeling triumph surge while the Dark Lord's shadow looms, reminding them that victory costs a fragile peace. Damien steadies the overloaded cannon, yet the Dark Lord's lingering presence promises a deadlier assault, leaving the crew's fragile hope teetering on the brink of annihilation.
Every detail matters. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari, and we'll catch them all.
The final gate crumbled, and I seized the ancient key. The Queen fell, the spider swarm halted, and after 4 agonizing days, the king finally opened his eyes. Dahl roars, "Hung, you're crazy."
Hung! You're truly insane.
A new order crackles from the frontline commander. Mira shouts, "Charge! Forward now!" Soldiers sprint to the broken gate, blades glinting, desperate to seal the breach before the spider tide floods in. A concealed scout whispers that the Spider Queen looms on the horizon. T knocks his bow, locks eyes on the massive spider, and screams a battle cry. The beast barrels forward, shattering stone walls, its roar rattling the front line. The Highness raises his hands, revealing blistering burns across palms, forearms, shoulder, and neck. A medic steps forward, urging him to reach the Crossroads Church for proper healing. He ponders the length of his recovery. Dahl reminds the prince that even full recovery will leave permanent scars, arguing that a scar costs far less than another life. The next task, a mass burial. His injuries are severe, blistered burns, aching muscles, vision dimmed by neck pain. The commander orders medics to stabilize him before the burial rites. The western field of the crossroad lies waiting for the dead. Dahl confesses he led the soldiers into battle from the outset, blaming Ash's earlier orders for the disaster rather than his own choice.
I dragged him here from the start. Ash caused this.
The Highness must choose his next move as the enemy approaches. Dahl gestures toward the distant field, describing monsters marching in endless hordes, an unforeseen onslaught. He admits no one could halt the Highness's relentless campaign.
Monsters surge in endless hordes. No one stop your drive.
The Black Spider horde still advances toward the palace wall. Dahl steps nearer, softening his tone, urging the Highness to release his self-blame for past losses. Dahl points to a wounded soldier rising, skin glowing with renewed vigor. He declares the healer succeeded in mending the injured. The restored fighter grasps his spear, ready to rejoin battle, boosting numbers against the spider horde.
He healed the injured.
A skeptical officer questions the healer's blind magic. A soldier whispers, questioning whether the healer used magic while blinded. He scans the scene, noticing the healer's eyes closed, hands glowing. The squad doubts the safety of unseen spells, fearing mistrust could split the ranks.
Was he healing while blind?
The next scene reveals the healer's hidden power source. Smoke clears, unveiling a line of reactivated towers. Mira steps forward, points at the scene, and declares, "There is no better way. This is the only strategy." She urges the team to follow the plan despite the risk.
There is no better way. This is the only strategy.
Ash readies his chosen tactic, preparing to fire the tower. Ash pulls the lever, igniting the tower core, and unleashes a torrent of. The fire slams into the advancing spider horde, scorching dozens and buying precious time. I have chosen a tactic and executed it, And this is the result. The spiders regroup, aiming for the next tower. Ash tightens his grip on his sword, eyes fixed ahead. The crossroad stage ends with a 0 clear. The system announces rewards granted and prompts the party to check their inventory. Ash and his allies receive new gear, crucial for the looming monster surge.
Clear rewards have been granted. Please check your inventory.
Ash readies the newly earned towers before the black spider horde arrives.
Ash feels crushing guilt from countless resets. Lucas grips his blade, promising redemption, and the troops rally with fierce resolve, each heart trembling between hope of salvation and terror of repeating past tragedy. As the horizon darkens, the 0 clear reward flashes new gear onto their arms. Yet the looming horde of monsters spreads across the horizon, leaving the party's fragile hope hanging on whether their newfound power can stave off annihilation. As the sky bleeds red, the 0 clear reward gleams on their armor. Yet the endless monster horde spreads across the horizon, leaving the party's fragile hope dangling on whether their newfound power can stave off annihilation. As distant thunder rumbles.
Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari. You've already spent time here. Make it count.
The tower crumbles, dust choking the air. Ash watches shards rain, exposing a yawning chasm that swallows light. From the abyss, monsters surge, claws tearing the battlefield, ripping the Empire's defenses apart. With fury blazing, Ash rallies the troops and drives them toward Crossroad. The troop columns trudge through dust, shields raised, each step a grind against the cracked earth. Ash leads, eyes scanning the distant horizon for any sign of safety. Exhausted faces turn toward him, pleading for direction as the sun beats down mercilessly. It's been 3 days since we left the tutorial area. The occupation menu flashes 2 slots. Adam scans the options, aware he lacks data on each role. Picking the wrong job could waste early resources and jeopardize the team's survival. I'm blind without info. Lucas steps forward, ready to test the new protection. Lucas steps into the aura, testing its effect. He grins, then lets out a startled shout as a monster lunges. The shout echoes across the battlefield.
AAA.
Adam prepares his next move as the enemy closes in. The wave recedes and Adam sighs in relief. He looks at the lingering gems, counting the haul. Finally, the reward is secured and hope flickers. Finally see, cheap labor attracts merchants. Taverns, inns, and banks pop up among the broken walls, profiting from suffering. Their rise signals a new economy in the haunted city. Adam now eyes the hidden black spider gem cache to win the people over. Decades slip by. Crossroads stone walls weather, cracks spreading across the once proud bastion. The Empire's calendar flips unnoticed, marking time's relentless march. Soon the battered walls reshape into a jagged street plan. Local laborers tear down ruined towers, repurpose stones, and stitch crooked alleys together. The fortress mutates into an irregularly formed city, losing its straight lines. Eventually, residents stop calling it a fortress. The camera sweeps over the gems, each pulsing dark light. Shadows dance across the pile, highlighting their dangerous magic. Their sheer number promises power and trouble. A sudden glow signals activation. Why is this city abandoned? Adam glances at shattered walls, asks why the fortress fell. His query reveals his lack of knowledge about Crossroads' decay. Understanding the cause is key to rebuilding trust. The answer may lie in the lingering magic.
The air feels foul, almost choking.
Connor inhales, grimaces, points to the stale smell drifting from the ruins. The foul atmosphere warns of disease or cursed energy, threatening the team's health. A hidden source may be contaminating the town. Adam plots to spend the gems on public works, hoping lavish gifts will sway the crowd. Turning wealth into favor could restore his image quickly. He tosses the first stones into a chest, hearing metal. Adam slams a handful of gems into a metal chest. The clink echoes across the square. The sound marks his commitment to the costly gamble. Lucas watches, uneasy about the price they'll pay. Adam stands beside the metal chest, still clutching the last black spider gem. Lucas shifts, eyes fixed on the glittering stones. Looming ruins of Crossroad loom, silent townsfolk watch nervously. The next clink will seal their gamble. A tired guard raises his hand, grins, and says, "Yeah, good work, luck." The team hears the half-hearted cheer, feeling the pressure to prove the aura works.
Yeah, good work Lakdesh.
Lucas now leads them toward the manor's inner vault. The group steps through the archway. A cracked stone sign reads Crossroad above the ruined manor. They spread out, scanning for the hidden gem cache. They spot a concealed wall scene that might hide the first gem. A voice shouts Noah as a lanky boy darts past the gate, clutching a tattered map. He points toward a dark corridor.
Noah.
The boy offers to guide them to the gem storage. Connor raises a hand, outlines his role, overseeing Crossroads' administrative tasks, directing facility construction, managing system maintenance, and ensuring the city runs smoothly. His explanation proves his indispensable support for the Highness. With roles clarified, Adam greets the city, sparking the next scene. Adam spreads his arms, bellows "Welcome home" to the battered crowd. Citizens lift their heads, clap, and chant back, feeling a spark of hope. His proclamation reasserts his authority amid despair. Welcome home. Now the aide prepares a surprise for the weary soldiers. Connor grins, points to a steaming bathtub and a steaming platter, and announces, "I prepared a warm bath and dinner. Rest well today." Adam drops onto a cot, declaring he'll rest completely today. He closes his eyes, hoping the pause restores his strength before the next monster wave. Lucas returns, checking the gem cache one more time. Adam thanks Ader, telling him he can finally rest today. He smiles, easing the tension after their long trek. Ader nods, grateful for the brief reprieve. Thanks, Ader. You can rest today, too. Lucas heads to the gem cache, hoping to secure more black spider gems. Lucas returns to the hidden vault, kneels, and scans the piles of black spider gems. He pulls one out, checks its glow, and tucks it into his pouch.
Adam crashes onto the cot as Lucas flips the hidden console, unleashing a retro-styled Taku interface that flashes a cryptic at Zernji tag just as the next monster wave charges. Adam finally breathes relief, thanking Ader for the long-awaited bath, while his companions share a brief smile, each feeling the weight of exhaustion lift just enough to mask the looming threat. The mysterious at Zernji tag flickers ominously, hinting at hidden power, as the incoming monster wave erupts, leaving the party on the brink of an unknown challenge that could shatter their fragile respite.
The gloves are off. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
The crystal tower collapses, shattering the Empire and tearing open a monster-riven breach. Your tutorial hack summons a rogue director, and the nightmare of war erupts. Retro Taku feels the world split, ready to be ripped onto the battlefield. Retro Taku is yanked from his streaming chair, his avatar igniting with neon code as he materializes amid broken towers. Monsters roar, their shadows clawing the sky. The realization hits, he's no longer online. A glitchy overlay flickers, its fragmented text screaming deeper corruption. A glitchy overlay jitters across the battlefield, fragmented letters trembling, before dissolving into a buzzing static. The distortion whispers of corrupted code. From the shadows, the director steps forward, his smile a promise of cruel taunts. Rex thrusts his arm outward, shouting "This world," to christen the battlefield. He declares every monster, every tower, a piece of a designed simulation. Taku realizes the peril is tangible, not a mere game.
This world.
Roku drops his sword, eyes scanning the chaos. Taku leans against a cracked wall, blood still dripping. Rex stands arms crossed, watching. A hulking monster lunges forward, claws outstretched. The director mutters a terse apology. Rex rubs the back of his neck, murmuring sorry, with a nervous grin. His half-hearted apology hangs thin over the tension. Taku watches, unimpressed, awaiting the director's next move.
Sorry.
Taku steps forward, eyes narrowed, demanding a clear explanation. Roku steps forward, nods, confirming the director's claim. Taku absorbs the truth, his goal sharpening into a hunt for the true ending.
In simple words, that's correct. Taku now faces a choice: chase the true ending or obey the director.
With a snap, the director warps the surroundings into pixelated terrain. He declares he reshaped reality into a game, broadcasting it to players beyond this world, revealing the simulation's purpose.
I changed this world's form to a game, displayed it to players of another world. He hints that no one can reach the true ending.
He gestures to an empty scoreboard, announcing that no player has ever attained the true ending, an impossible benchmark. The director lifts his hand, declaring he will grant a single wish to the player. Retro Taku stares, heart racing. This wish could alter everything.
I will fulfill one wish. Taku prepares to demand something monumental.
Retro Taku blinks, asking what a wish even means, voice trembling. He doubts the director's claim, fearing a trap. Confusion spikes tension. Wish, what are you talking about? The director then reveals his godlike nature. The director smirks, proclaiming himself akin to Odin, ruler of this world, insisting his trustworthiness is beyond doubt. His godlike power chills everyone.
I am like Odin in this world. He promises a generous gift upon their return.
Taku declares he will fulfill his dream, then bitterly admits the dream already ended. His resolve cracks, revealing desperation. Rex smirks, suggesting a single wish might resurrect it. Rex replies that as long as the dream lives in Taku's heart, it hasn't failed. The promise fuels hope, yet binds him to the director's game. A distant roar heralds a new monster approaching.
As long as it's still in your heart, that dream has not failed.
Rex leans close to Adam, eyes narrowed, pointing a finger at the trembling boy. You have the power to fulfill any wish. Solve this yourself. He hints his own power is limited here. Rex lifts the floating symbols, their light flickering. He fixes Adam with a cold stare, declaring, "This is purely your decision." The first symbol glows brighter, hinting at a dangerous route. Adam ponders his stalled retreat, admitting two reasons keep him here. His unresolved wish and his confidence he can finally clear Sage Mode. His resolve hardens. My wish and Sage Mode keep me. He eyes the darker symbol, wondering if it leads to the true ending. Adam steps forward, clenches his fists, declaring, "I'll do it." Rex watches, surprised, then nods. The decision locks in, sealing his fate. Rex raises his hand, preparing to grant the wish. Adam lets out a short laugh, eyes flicking over the gems. He seems amused despite the pressure. His chuckle hints at a hidden plan forming. His plan involves a mercenary guild. Rex narrows his eyes, annoyed by Adam's vague response. He demands a clear answer, asking why Adam is stalling. The pressure mounts as time ticks down.
What are you even asking? Kai proposes the Mercenary Guild solution.
Kai grins, pointing to a nearby banner. He declares the Mercenary Guild will handle the shipment, naming the Operation Pacha and rallying the team. Their next target is set.
Mercenary Guild, obviously.
The battlefield, counting the standing fighters, then nods. He points to the remaining reserves, ordering the squad to reallocate and reinforce the breached flank. The battle steadies, though a towering monster looms, ready to crush the line. Adam's fleeting grin masks desperation. His hidden scheme teeters on the brink as the squad loses ground, forcing him to confront the crushing weight of failure and the lives hanging in the balance. With the massive beast looming, the mercenaries scramble to reinforce the breached flank, while a distant horn warns of a larger horde, leaving the fate of the gems and their survival hanging on a thread.
The voice, the music, the pacing. You know it's top tier. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry.